In this video, I'll be showing parents and guardians everything they need to know in order to support students with using Google Classroom. Google Classroom is a digital classroom platform where teachers can post assignments, resources, and links to external programs that they want students to visit. In this video, I'll cover a basic overview of Google Classroom. I'll show you how students can sign up for classes, as well as how they can view assignments and turn their assignments in. Then I'll show you how students can see their grades and comments from teachers in Google Classroom. And I'll also showcase some of the other features of Google Classroom, like the embedded calendar function, that can help you with time management. We'll take a look at how to change some of the settings to best suit your family's needs. And lastly, I'll show you how guardian notifications work so that you can choose to get email notifications about your students' progress on work in Google Classroom. My name is Sam Carey, and this is my YouTube channel for the new EdTech Classroom. The most common way that teachers use Google Classroom is to post announcements, assignments, and materials for students. Obviously, an individual teacher's Google Classroom is going to look a little bit different depending on how they set it up. But in general, the major features of the program are the same, and there's a few important things that you'll need to know in order to best support your student. First, let's look at the Google Classroom homepage. Here you can see the classes that your student is currently enrolled in. On the top right-hand corner of the screen, there's a plus button that students can click to enter a class code to join a class. A teacher may also choose to just email a student directly with an invitation link that will get them directly into their Google Classroom. If you click on the drop-down menu on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see that there are a couple of useful features for students. The first is the to-do list. If you click on the to-do list, students can see all the work they have for all their classes together in one place. You'll see there's a missing tab with all the work that still needs to be turned in, as well as a done tab that shows all the work that's been completed. Next, if you click on the settings icon, you'll see that there's an option to turn on email notifications. You'll see if email notifications is turned on, that your student has an option for the types of email notifications that they would receive. The calendar overview is also a really important function. When students click on the calendar, they'll be able to see the due dates for all the assignments that have been assigned through all the Google Classrooms that they're enrolled in. You can see here that the different colors indicate an assignment for a different class. To get into a specific class, students will click on that class. And then when you're inside, you'll notice that there are three main tabs on Google Classroom: Stream, Classwork, and People. Teachers typically use the stream for announcements, though depending on how a teacher has it set up, it's possible that the stream will look kind of like a running blog post with announcements, assignments, and comments. I personally just use the stream for announcements, and then if students have questions about a daily announcement, they can post that question in the comments below. You'll notice on the left-hand side of the stream that there's also a box that shows students what upcoming assignment is due. Then students can click View All to get a bigger picture overview of all the assignments for that class. Here you'll notice that some assignments for my demo student have been turned in, whereas others are missing. Students can click on these assignments as well in order to see the assignment and instructions. If students click Return with Grade, they can see which assignments have been graded, the grade that was given to them for that assignment. The dialog box on the assignment indicates that the teacher left a comment for that student, and the way the student would view it is simply by clicking on that assignment. If you're interested in just seeing which assignments are missing, you can click on the Missing tab at the bottom, and that will show you all the assignments that still need to be turned in. The Classwork tab is probably the most important tab on Google Classroom, because this is going to be the place where teachers are going to post assignments. You'll see on this Google Classroom that I've set it up with different topics based on weeks that we are doing remote teaching. You may also see that teachers set up their topics with different categories like classwork, homework, and projects, or it's possible that a teacher did not set up topics at all and you'll just see a long running stream of assignments. The most important thing to know is that the assignment at the top is the most recently posted assignment. In order to access the assignment, students just click on the assignment and then click View Assignment. There they can see the title of the assignment, the due date, as well as any files that the teacher has attached to the assignment for students to either use as supplemental material or to complete to turn in. You'll notice that there's a place for a student to add a public comment where they could ask a question to their classmates or to the teacher, as well as a place for a student to ask the teacher a private comment that would only be seen by their teacher. And then when they're ready to view the work that's been attached, students just need to click on the file to open it. Depending on the type of assignment that's been created, students will have a few different options for how they can turn in assignments. If a teacher made a copy of a Google Doc and pushed it out to students through Google Classroom, they can just click Turn In at the top of their document, and that will walk them through the process of turning their assignment in through Google Classroom. Since this assignment is through Google Slides, students don't have the Turn In button at the top of their document. Instead, they'll just return to their assignment, click the Turn In button, and then verify that they want to submit their work. It is important to know that once work is submitted, students will not be able to edit it until their teacher has returned it to them. You'll also see that below the attachment is a place where students can add or create. Sometimes teachers have students create work in other programs, and then students are going to need to upload files into Google Classroom. The way they would do that would be to first download the file from a program they're using. Then students would click Add or Create, locate the file that they downloaded on their computer, upload it into Google Classroom, and then hit Turn In. Another type of assignment that a teacher might create would be a question. If a teacher asks a student a question, they'll type their response and then click Turn In. And then depending on how the teacher has the settings set up, students can view and respond to each other's answers to the question. Similar to the calendar we looked at on the Google Classroom homepage, there's also a calendar view option for each individual class. Choosing this calendar option will allow students to see a month overview of when all their assignments are due for a particular class. Another useful feature of Google Classroom for parents is the Guardian Summaries feature. In order to receive Guardian Summaries, the teacher will need to add your email to their Google Classroom. Then you'll receive an email inviting you to participate in Guardian Summaries. After you click Accept, you'll be given a choice whether or not you want to receive weekly email notifications, daily email notifications, or whether you want to opt out of notifications altogether. Daily summaries are sent in the afternoons, and weekly summaries are sent every Friday afternoon. The Guardian Summary email will include any missing work from the previous week, and it will also include all the class activity for each of the Google Classrooms that your student is enrolled in, so you'll see all the announcements and assignments that were posted for your student. If your student's teacher is posting daily announcements and daily assignments, you might want to consider signing up for daily notifications. Although there are other features of Google Classroom, I think those are the most important for parents to know in order to support your students with using this digital classroom platform. If you have any questions about Google Classroom, please feel free to ask in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. If you found the tips that I shared helpful, please share it with other teachers that you know, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my weekly updates. You can also check out some of the other tutorials I have on my channel by clicking on one of those 2 videos above. And if you're interested in downloading any of the resources that I've created and show on my videos, please visit my website at www.newedtechclassroom.com. Lastly, if you want to check me out on social media, my Twitter handle, Facebook page, and Pinterest account are all in the description below. Thanks so much and have a great week.